25 ways you can recharge energetically and raise your vibration. Hey guys, I'm Laura and I'm on a mission to awaken your awareness. So in this video, I want to give you 25 ways that you can raise your vibration, especially if you are an empath. Now, I'm an empath as well, and as an empath, it is really easy for our vibes to get drained, our energy to be drained by others. So this is why I'm going to make a video for you to help you boost that energy back up. Okay, so number one is sunshine. A little bit of sunshine every day is really good for us, like having sunshine directly on the skin. Obviously, we get like vitamin D from the sun. Too much sunshine isn't good for us, like when you're getting sunburn, heat stroke, things like that. But if you can get out and get a little bit of sunshine on you every day, that's an awesome way to recharge yourself. If you're like me, where it's winter time, so I'm in New Zealand, it's winter here, we're getting a lot of rainy days. You just have to make the most of the sun when you do have it. Now, number two is hydration. We need to be drinking water. We're made up of water. Was it like 70 or 80% of water? But I noticed, a lot of people around me don't really like hydrate themselves enough. They're drinking too much caffeinated drinks, sugary drinks, alcohol, and they're not putting enough water in the body. So keep yourself hydrated. Number three is getting a full night's sleep. Now, this can be hard for some people. I understand that. Like, you may be someone that has trouble getting to sleep. Like, you may be like an insomniac. You may be someone that gets like a broken sleep all the time. Like, you're constantly being woken up throughout the night. You may be a parent that has small children that are constantly waking you up. But if you getting a good night's sleep is really important to just your mental state, your overall vibe, and how you feel and how you're going to show up for the day, So if you are someone that has trouble getting a good night's sleep, you could try things like meditation. Meditation can be good to help you just get relaxed and quieten the mind down. Other ways is like you can get supplements that are helpful with sleeping. I wouldn't recommend sleeping pills. I'm not a huge fan of pharmaceuticals, and sleeping pills can be dangerous. I personally use weed because I've always had problems with sleeping and like shutting my brain down. It just won't stop. And I discovered in my younger days, this is quite a few years ago, that weed would just knock me out. I'd get a long 8 to 9 hour sleep, and it was just good for me. It worked for me. But I'm not going to tell you to go out and smoke weed and use weed. You have to figure out what's going to work for you. Now, number four is organizing and decluttering. So I'm someone that I like to be organized. It's really good just to help you keep on track with life. And decluttering is also really good for your mental state as well. Like, hoarding too much stuff it's not good for your mental state, right? And also being materialistic, like your soul doesn't care about materialistic type things. That's the ego. So some people just seem like, some people have trouble letting things go. Like, they just hoard too much. But if you go through stuff, like I like to do it yearly, like when it's New Year's, that sort of time, is when I will start going through some stuff in the house that either I forgot I have, I don't use, or whatever, and just get rid of it, declutter, clear it out. Again, it's really good for your mental state. Number five is doing good things for others. So when you're out there and you're genuinely giving and you're genuinely helping, so what I mean by that is you're doing it without any expectations, that's going to make you feel really good. So if you're like walking down the street and you see someone that looks like they're homeless or hungry, and obviously a lot of these people will have like a sign out saying that they need some sort of help, just do something nice to help them and it'll make you feel better. And if you're someone that's like, I don't want to give them money, they'll probably just spend it on alcohol. Firstly, you shouldn't assume the person's situation, but if you are like that and you're sort of like, then offer them to buy them lunch. Hey, would you like some lunch today, sort of thing, And just doing something nice for someone else without any expectations is going to make you feel really good too, and give you that, like, your vibration will boost up. What are we up to? Number 6 is nature. Going out in nature is really good for us. We need Mother Earth. You know, she's here providing us an environment where we are able to live and survive. We have a great relationship with trees. You know, we breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide. The trees take in the carbon dioxide and they put out the oxygen. So we actually do, you know, have this amazing relationship with trees, and going out into nature and trees and stuff is going to put you in such an amazing mood, amazing state, and you just feel good. Number 7 is immersion in water, which is probably because of like water's nature as well. So just being in nature's good for you. We're made up of water, you know, and also being in like immersed in water can be really relaxing for us as well. So if you live near water, go do that, or a pool, you know. Number 8 is exercise, and you don't have to go to the gym for this. If you're not into exercising, even just doing something like a brisk walk is enough to get the heart rate going and to get a form of exercise. And obviously what exercising does is it releases endorphins in the brain, which is a happy chemical that's going to boost your mood and put you in a great state. Number 9 is meditation. Just taking that time out to be quiet, alone, and just going within is going to make a difference for you and help raise your vibration and put you in a better mood. Number 10 is listening to your favorite music. So obviously everyone has their own personal favorite music. There's so many genres out there. I personally like hip hop. I'm a huge hip hop fan, especially like 90s hip hop, even 80s hip hop where it had that funky sound, and like the early 2000s where it was like Eminem and his crew. Like I absolutely love hip hop. There's the odd artist I like now as well that I like to listen to. So when you put on your favorite music, it's, you know, you're naturally just going to get in that feel good vibes. You'll be like, yeah. And like even if you dance as well, because dancing is like is a form of exercise. It'll release endorphins too. So you can listen to your music and have a boogie, and they'll change your whole state, lift you up into a higher vibe, and you'll feel great. Now, number 11, and this is really important for empaths, which is boundaries. You've got to set boundaries with people. And this is something that empaths have difficulty with. So as an empath, it's really hard for you to say no. You always want to help and give and do for others. And the problem with that is like when you have boundaries is how you teach people how to treat you. But if you're someone that doesn't have boundaries, and people, like, they sense this off you, if they know you don't have boundaries and they know that you have trouble saying no, you're always saying yes all the time, they're going to use that to their advantage. And if they're constantly coming to you like, can you help me with this, can you help me with that, and they know that you don't have boundaries and you don't know how to say no, they're kind of being selfish of your energy. Come, like, I want your energy, I want you to help me, and then that's draining for you as the empath. So you've got to set these boundaries to protect your own energy. You don't have to be helping everyone all the time. You can put yourself first, right? So you've got to learn to say no, and just setting boundaries with people like, no, I'm just focusing on me today. Okay, number 12 is being around supportive people. So who you are around is going to make a difference for you. If you're around people that are negative and always complaining, that's going to lower your vibe and put you in a negative state. But if you're hanging around like good people that are supportive and positive, that is going to affect your vibrations, your energy, and boost you up as well. Number 13 is cold exposure. Now, this could be like cold showers, or sometimes people do like ice baths. Cold exposure is proven to have amazing effects on the human body, and it is known to lower your stress levels, lower your cortisol. So that is another way to get into a great state. You could do that every morning when you do have a shower. I like to do it except in winter time. I find it too hard in winter time. But I like to get into the habit at the end of my shower to turn it down to cold and just sort of hang out in it for about a minute, 30 seconds to a minute sort of thing. And you just do long, slow breaths as you do it. And yeah, it has a really amazing effect on you and your body. Number 14 is breath work. Now, I don't know if you know Wim Hof. I've done some Wim Hof breath work, and I've done breath work through my own spiritual mentors. And breath work, like, they basically say, if you don't know what DMT is, I highly recommend looking into it, especially if you're a spiritual type person, because it's known as the spirit molecule. But basically they say that we produce DMT in our own bodies, in the lungs. and we produce it when we are born, when we die, and when we dream. But when you do breath work, which is like, in a way, it's kind of like you're hyperventilating yourself, where you just, they say that that will raise your vibration to put you in a great state. But they actually say that when you're doing this, because we have DMT in our lungs, you get a small hit of DMT when you do breath work. So I don't know if that's the reason that it puts you in a great state, if it is to do with the DMT. But yes, breath work will definitely put you in a good state. So number 15 is affirmations. If you don't know what affirmations are, it's like, I am amazing, I am awesome, I am powerful, I am love. Like, you say all these positive things to yourself, and that is just naturally going to boost your mood up. I also have affirmation videos on my channel if you want to check them out. Different sorts of topics and things like that you could, they're just 10-minute videos that you could listen to at the start of your day to help get you in a great state. Number 16 is listening to the rain. So that's something as simple as listening to the rain, which is what we've been having a lot lately, can boost your mood. I've even read, someone suggested something about putting a shower cap on and sitting in the bottom of the shower and having the water like coming down on the shower cap is really good for you as well, just to put you in a nice state, because it's similar to the rain. So I haven't tried that one yet, but it's on my list of things to do to give that one a go. I need to get a shower cap to be able to do that one. Number 17 is a well-balanced diet. So obviously nutrition is important to us. So we live in a vessel, which is our body, and we've got to be fueling it right. So that's like number 2 is hydration. And so this is what number 17, which is nutrition. So what you're putting in your body is going to make a huge difference. If you're putting a lot of junk, crappy foods, it's obviously going to lower your mood. You can even, like, it's scientifically proven that if you eat unhealthy, you can it can cause things like depression. Whereas if you just simply eat healthy foods, nutritious foods, that is known to boost your mood and put you in a great state. Number 18 is humbling your ego. Our ego, like, firstly, a lot of people don't understand that they even have an ego and how it works, what it's about. Like, if you want to know more, I have videos on the ego on my channel. So, in humbling your ego, so your ego is like your negative way of thinking. It's like the negative way of thinking, but it's designed to keep you safe. So, for example, whenever you try something new and you want to step out of your comfort zone, and then you get these self-doubt thoughts coming in, oh, I don't know if I could do it, I don't know if I'm good enough, that's your ego. Okay, that's your ego trying to keep you in your safe little box, but it's like negative type thinking. So sometimes, like, humbling the ego is learning to quieten down that ego, because sometimes it can just be too much and put us in a negative state. So again, if you want to learn more about the ego, check out my video. I just put one up today on the ego versus the higher self, to give you an understanding of each of these things, because a lot of people don't even understand they have these two sides to them. So yeah, go check that video out if you want to learn more. Number 19 is taking a look at your bad habits and then replacing them with good ones. So I've had to do this over the years. Things like I gave up smoking cigarettes 11 years ago now. And so that was a bad habit, you know, I needed to get rid of. And I don't even know if I replaced it with a good habit as such. But replacing good habits, like, even like just getting into the habit of exercising. Like, if you're someone that eats bad and doesn't exercise, then you could start eating good and start exercising, you know, replacing those bad habits for better ones. Number 20 is you need to have time alone, and you need to have time around good people. So it comes down to a balance, right? A lot of the times, there's a lot of people that just can't be alone, or they're scared to be alone. They're afraid to be alone. They're constantly going to be in a relationship. Like, they bounce from relationship to relationship, and they don't really have space in between people where they have time alone. Now, time alone is really good for you. Just having some quiet time to even just like meditate and go within. Having time alone is actually how you can strengthen your relationship to God, source, universe, spirit, your higher self, strengthen your intuition, all that sort of stuff. you don't strengthen any of that if you're always around people and distracted by things, right? The only time you can strengthen your relationship with, your intuition, your higher self, spirit, and all that is by having that time alone. And then having time around good people as well, because it's like what I said before. If you're around negative people, they're going to drain your energy. If you're around positive people, that's going to boost your energy. So make sure you're surrounding yourself around good people. Now, 21 is to wake up early. You will be way more energized if you wake up early rather than if you're like sleeping until like 9 a.m. Now, I'm not really talking to people who work sort of hours where like they work late, like they might work till 8 p.m. So people like that, I'm not really talking to those sorts. It's like if you're working normal sort of hours, but you stay up all night and then you're sleeping until like 9 a.m. It's just going to make you feel like not as motivated for the day. Whereas if you're waking up and like early and you're like up at 6 a.m. doing stuff, you're going to be in a better state for the day. Number 22 is gardening. I absolutely hate gardening personally. Because I hate weeding. I don't mind like mowing lawns or getting a hedge trimmer out, but I absolutely hate weeding. But I'd say gardening will be one because you're out in nature, and just being out in nature is good for you. Number 23 is, again, it's nature, which is earthing or grounding. And this is where you're walking barefoot on the earth. Now, I don't remember the actual science behind it of why it's good, but it has something to do with the energy. And yeah, I don't know, it just makes us feel good by having our bare feet on the earth for at least half an hour. I remember being a kid, like always running around with bare feet on the earth, and yeah, always in a really good mood because of it. Number 24 is gratitude. I talk about that a lot in my content. An attitude of gratitude will make a huge difference in your life because it is such a high vibe to be in. If you're grateful for what you have and you're in a state where you don't need anything, you're content, you're happy, you're whole, you're complete, you don't need anything, you're grateful for what you have, that's a really high vibe state to be in. And when you're vibrating in gratitude, the universe is going to bring more cool stuff into your life for you to be grateful for. And the last one, number 25, is the vibration of love. So that could be hanging out with your kids, that could be hanging out with your pets. You can even do meditations that get you into the love vibration, and you'll be feeling very high vibe because love is a high vibe state. So love's up here at like 500. Things like shame is like low. I think shame's about 20, whereas love's 500. So love is a really high vibe state. So you just figure out personally for you what helps you get into the vibration of love. And not only that, but if you're in the vibration of love, you're going to have more people in your life treating you with love, because what you're vibrating on is the reflection you're going to get back as well. So those are my 25 ways to recharge yourself energetically and to raise your vibration. And you can incorporate so much of this into a daily habit, a daily routine, so you're going to be constantly high vibe. I hope you liked this video, guys. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to post a comment. I would love to read comments of your thoughts on this sort of content. If you like this sort of content, and I hope you subscribe and hit that bell notification. I put out daily videos on my channel, and I hope you stick around, and I hope I see you on the next video. Peace.